All right. Today is November 3rd? November 3rd. Today's election day. Like noon. It's about 50 degrees, New York City, south west corner of Central Park in the Loop. Riding into a co-working space down at 30th and Broadway. And I thought I'd do an episode to discuss some of the noteworthy elements of the day. So today's election day. We are hopefully going to vote Trump out, vote Biden in. Not exactly holding my breath since we've been here before. And we know what happened last time. But I did want to bring up kind of all of the many reasons why we should be holding our breath anyway. There are a million things. Here's what I think. I think the majority of New Yorkers, vast majority of New Yorkers, like 90% of New Yorkers, and of them, 90% of their problems are local problems. They're problems that our city, that is our mayor, our city council, our local agencies, our state, our governor, Governor Cuomo, are directly responsible for. That means the vast majority of New Yorkers and the vast majority of their problems are directly accountable, directly related to the actions or inactions or effectiveness or ineffectiveness of your local officials. Trump did not do any of the things that cause a lot of the problems here in New York. He just, okay, with the exception of coronavirus, like with that obvious, like, glaring exception. He didn't block any bike lanes. He didn't make, streets shitty here. He didn't cause any of this. This is us. This is our own doing. And it's the kind of thing that I've been, we've been talking about this for years. And it's really, it's just depressing, right? Because it's not like getting him out of office is going to solve our problems, or having him another 4 years is going to cause us problems. Right? Like, let's go down the list of things. Bike lanes. Bike lanes are the things that are directly related to my ability to, like, survive in the streets, right? Do I have a safe path to where I'm going? And here I'm on 7th Avenue. Trump didn't create 7th Avenue. Trump didn't say, no, we can't have a protected bike lane on 7th Avenue. He didn't have anything to do with that. We did that. We did that. And our inaction killed 20 cyclists to date in 2020, this year. With almost like 6 months out of it, it was like a lockdown for 6 months. And we're like on track for last year, for 2019, where we killed 29 cyclists. Now, I don't want to just focus on cycling, but it's obviously pretty, like, the design of our streets, how safe they are for pedestrians. There was a hit and run. Trump didn't hit and run, and kill an 8-year-old and a 75-year-old or whatever in Queens the other day. He didn't hit the cyclists 2 days ago on the Upper East Side, Our laws allow this. The design of our streets allow this. We enacted open streets way too late. The city could do whatever it wanted. Trump didn't get in the way of that. Trump didn't have anything to do with that. We failed open streets. We created them, claimed 100 miles, months like late, months after when it really could have been done, and then sort of failed on 90% of those miles. Right here. Here's a New York driver, KFN 5730, JJS 3221, bunch of cops. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they're all over the protected bike lane, right? These are things that we've been dealing with in New York the entire time. And whether Trump wins or loses has no impact on this. And that, I think, is like kind of a distraction, right? We look at this stuff at the federal level, and okay, like there's obviously a large factor of the president's impact. It's his tone, it's his message. I mean, he's awful on literally every level and is a disaster and erodes the trust of every institution and democracy. And like all that's on the record. But we can't blame him for everything. Everything is not his fault. Holy shit. You know? This shitty intersection right here at 42nd and 7th is still shitty. It's still a deadly, terrible intersection. There's still tons of traffic. Open streets is like largely it was a success in very few places and then a failure in most places. Open restaurants came way too late, but became successful. Trump had nothing to do with that. Open retail, where they're using the sidewalks and open streets to do retail. Why are we doing that in December or November? You know? Please don't kill me. You guys like looking. You know? Why are we doing this shit so late? Why am I riding in the middle of the street here? I don't want to ride in the middle of the street. I don't want to deal with this crap. I don't enjoy this. I want a bike path through Midtown that prioritizes safety. Trump has nothing to do with this. Our mayor has to do with this. Our mayor is the issue here. So I don't know. So let's get through this. Let's get through this election. Hopefully vote this MF number 45 out, because he really is such a stain on this country. Makes us so embarrassed to be here. I don't love talking like politics on my bike talk, because it's not really what I want to talk about, but obviously on election day, this is the kind of the main topic on most people's minds. You do see here we're at 34th and 7th Avenue. Great location, right? Here you've got 3 delivery cyclists who have zero protection here on 7th Avenue. Except you have 4 lanes of through traffic explicitly for cars, right? Nothing about this says cyclists can even go here. There's not even a sharrow here. And then 2 parking lanes on either side, which are just gobbled up by who knows what nonsense. Metered parking for something, who cares? Nobody enforces this crap anyway. Here, let's go to 30th Street, so we can see the police who have taken over the street. Well, actually, maybe we can't get through. I don't know. We'll find out. Look at this disaster. So here you got double parked cars. I've got to weave in and out of traffic here. I don't want to do this. This makes me look like, victim blaming if I get hit. But I didn't do this. Help me out? I can. Cool, thank you. Here's this parking lot. Parking lot of cops. Police using 30th between 6th and 7th Avenue as a parking lot. I mean, I don't know how much more egregious you could get here. It's not just like in the street, it's the sidewalks. Like the entire sidewalks are not functional because they're all whatever, perpendicularly parked. I don't know what that's called. It's an aggressive parking maneuver. So that's great. Trump didn't do this. Trump did not create shitty parking like this. Trump didn't empower the NYPD. Our mayor did. This guy, let's see this guy. What's this? T0059590 Maryland. He's sitting there right behind a police car, illegally parked. Our enforcement is a pile of nonsense. We don't enforce any of that stuff. It should be automated so that there's no racial bias or anything like that. And so that's what we got. Most of the problems that I directly encounter, and I realize I'm coming from a position of privilege, but the things that I encounter directly, and I think the things that a lot of people encounter, are directly related to local issues, not federal. That said, let's get this MFer out of office and move on with our lives. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.